It's time to get totally nuts for Choclatey PayDay. Hey everyone, welcome to another review. My name is Jeff, and this is the Candy Aisle, where we review candy bars, as you might have guessed by the thumbnail and description. This is the Choclatey PayDay. Now, this channel's been around for a long time, and it's surprising, even to me, that I have not reviewed this before. But I gotta say, I live in Canada, so there's reason number one, we don't have PayDay in Canada. This is a Hershey's product. I don't know why Hershey's Canada does not make it. They just don't. I have only had PayDay a handful of times, and I think it's great. It's a real great balance of sweet and salty. It's peanuts covering a caramel block, basically. And then this chocolate version of PayDay, I don't think I've ever even seen it before. Honestly, I know that it was... So, PayDay's got a long history. It's the Hollywood Candy Company, originally. 1930s, it launched. Been around, trading hands, various owners, but ultimately it ended up in the hands of Hershey's. I'll say this, back in the 60s, back in the 60s, back in the 80s, when it was owned by Sara Lee, yes, Sara Lee, the of cake fame, Sara Lee, they did have a chocolate version of PayDay that apparently was fairly well known. But again, I was a child and I lived in Canada, so did not have that. I did live in the States for many years, and I don't think I ever saw a chocolate PayDay, but I might have been there in the time period when it wasn't really around, which would have been the 2000s. It only came back into the limelight in the late there was a limited edition chocolate PayDay in 2006. It really wasn't until, I think it was kind of an off and on thing. It wasn't until 2020, Hershey's has now made it an official part of the PayDay lineup. This is chocolate covered peanut caramel bar. So basically it's a PayDay, but it's been dipped in chocolate. And this is not even chocolate. This is chocolatey. So it's, every time you see chocolatey or something like that's not exactly the word, this is chocolate, just take it on par that this is not actual chocolate. It's just chocolate-esque. So it's fine. That's fine. Anyway, so this is an import, I guess. I guess it is an import into Canada. I found it at a store that sells like foreign candies, basically. So that's it. I really liked the PayDay though. And like I said, I've had PayDay a handful of times. I have never had this. I don't think I've ever seen it. I remember I recently read The Stand by Stephen King. Have you guys ever read that book? I had always just sort of passed it. I don't know. I never considered myself a Stephen King fan, but I've read probably 10 plus of his books. But that is just how it is if you grew up when I grew up. But I never read The Stand, and I finally did. I read that. I actually read it with my son, which was a very sweet bonding moment for us to read The Stand together. There's a character in that loves chocolate PayDay bars, Harold Lautner, and he is literally the worst, just the worst. Like, I can respect Randall Flagg, he's the devil, but I can respect him. Lautner, I can't. I just can't. Anyway, he leaves PayDay. It's the post-apocalypse, and they're like, he's leaving chocolate PayDay wrappers all around. Because first, littering, huh? What? Sure, it's the apocalypse, but come on, get some manners, right? Anyway, these are the PayDays. These are the chocolate version. I assume that inside there's no chocolate unless it's seeped in. Let's give it a shot. It's just literally just a chunk of caramel with peanuts on top, and now chocolate too. Whoa. Oh my God. I gotta be careful with my teeth here. What's going on? Okay. Time to check the expiry date. The caramel is like rock hard. It's pretty good. What is it now? Is it May? No, it's not May. It's April still, right? Of 2024. What's this say? You could be watching this whenever, obviously. I mean, a chocolate payday is a chocolate payday. That's not it. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Here it is. 2022? What is going on here? Oh, man. Am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? I see 08 BB Best Buy 08 2022. I promise you, I bought this on the shelf not 1 week ago. And normally, sometimes I do record like well in advance, but like this is like pretty current. I'm only like a week away from when this is airing. So great. Probably fine, right? I mean, what could be so bad? So one of the things I really liked about the original Payday bar when I reviewed it was how nice and gooey the caramel was. And maybe this would get there if I just leave it out in the sun or something. But right now, it is pretty hard. It's like a rock. I mean, my molars are breaking it, but whew. Chocolate tastes good. Tastes fine. It's interesting because, you know, it's the mix of the chocolate and the peanuts. It's the mix of the caramel and the peanuts. Peanuts are the glue that binds this bar together. Okay, here's my take. It actually, like, tastes pretty good. Good level of sweetness. Nice saltiness from the peanuts. This caramel being like this old is not doing it any favors. So I don't know, do I knock it for that? Like, I think that I legitimately think that if this caramel was a little bit softer and maybe not like stale or whatever, this would be like a great bar. Like great, like actually great. Like maybe not a 5 out of 5, but definitely a strong 4. I don't know if I should knock it because it's like 2 years old. I should knock the guy who sold it to me. Like, why is this still on shelves? And yet even still, I was excited. Like, in a way, I'd rather, like, hey, this is something new for me to review on the channel. Something cool, something interesting. But you should not be selling this. You shouldn't be selling a chocolate bar that's 2 years old. Right? Right? Maybe like some nerds or something. They've probably got a more or less indefinite shelf life regardless of the Best Buy date. Chocolate? Caramel? Peanuts? I don't see it. I don't see it. So let's give it an asterisk of a 4 out of 5. I think that's the fair thing to do. Like this in and of itself is like, I don't know, like a 3, maybe a 2 to a 3. I'll say this, the caramel is like when it's in my mouth, it will melt. It does melt. Not melt. I can chew through it, right? Like it's not inedible. It's just very hard. And maybe this is going to take me, I'm going to go put this, I don't want to eat this, to be honest. I'm going to go put this in the microwave for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds maybe. And then maybe that's too much. Somewhere, 8 seconds, probably the sweet spot. And then it's going to be so good. Oh, so good and gooey and like warm. Oh, so that's probably the way to do this. Well, that's my review of Choclatey PayDay. What do you think? Do you agree? Am I in trouble? Am I going to get deathly ill from old Payday bars? I wonder if there's any other Paydays on the market, like other varieties, like I don't know, like a cinnamon Payday or something. It could happen. It could happen. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next time, and wish me luck on my microwave journey with this Payday bar. Hey, it's good enough that I want to keep eating it regardless of the Best Buy date. Oh, me. Okay. So long, everyone. Bye-bye.